and a very warm welcome to Animation Master Summit 2021 Digital Edition. I am Rinalini, your host for this edition of the summit. Animation Master Summit has been an integral part of Toon's 22-year journey ever since its inception in 1999. It is Toon's way of giving back to the creative community and saluting the incredible art of animation and other creative arts. Every year, the summit is hosted in the beautiful state of Kerala in the southernmost part of India. However, the last as well as this edition is different. This past year, all our lives changed in the most challenging ways imaginable. And just as we thought that the worst was over, many of us are now facing a tougher time. But the one thing that has the ability to bring a tiny spark of joy in times of despair is the creative arts, a relentless and everlasting creative spirit. This year, our theme is embracing diversity, finding beauty in our differences. As we adapt to the changing times and explore new ways to forge meaningful bonds, join us for this entire week where we create this amazing virtual platform for all those who find inspiration in art. With that, let me invite Toon's beloved CEO, Mr. P. Jayakumar, to deliver the welcome address.
Good morning to all. Welcome to the 22nd edition of Animation Masters Summit, held in association with Animation Express, Media and Entertainment Skills Council MESC, Society of AVGC Institutions in Kerala SAIC, ASIFA India, Malayalam Cine Technicians Association MACDA, and the Animation Society of India TASI. At the outset, I hope all of you attending this virtual event are safe and well, whichever part of the world you are in at the moment. It is my privilege to welcome you all to the Animation Master Summit 2021 Digital Edition. Toons has had an unwavering commitment towards the art of animation right from its inception. As an organization, Toons has relentlessly strived to further the growth of this beautiful medium right from the beginning. It is as part of this vision that we conceptualized Animation Masters Summit, which was earlier called Week with the Masters. The first edition of this event was held 21 years back along with the establishment of Toons in 1999. Today, the event has grown and transformed itself into a major platform for not just animation, but for the entire entertainment industry to converge, celebrate, and promote diverse art forms as well as artists. As many of you who have associated with us for the earlier editions would know, every year Animation Masters Summit is held in the city of Trivandrum in the state of Kerala in India. Since last year, we have been unable to organize the physical event owing to the pandemic situation. Even though the circumstances have been trying since then, it has not deterred us from organizing this summit, which is also our flagship annual event. Because we strongly felt that these limitations and challenges should not stop us from doing justice to our core philosophy of giving back to the creative community. That's how we decided to take this event to the next level, by organizing it virtually since 2020. And indeed, we are happy that even though we do miss the charm of the physical event, Animation Master Summit Digital Edition has now become a truly global event, allowing anyone from any part of the world to participate and interact with the masters. In the last 1 year, we have seen phenomenal changes in the way we work, operate, and indeed live our daily lives. We have also witnessed how millions of people across the world are gravitating more towards art and content during the current and global health crisis. There is a lot of demand for meaningful content and innovative business strategies to cope with the new reality. The theme for this edition of Animation Master Summit, embracing diversity, finding beauty in our differences. I believe if there was one emotion that resounded emphatically through the creative fraternity over the last 1 year, it would be our collective commitment to uphold and promote diversity in everything that we do. There have been raging debates and discussion on ensuring diversity in popular culture and mass media. In the case of entertainment media, the focus is not just on creating content that upholds diversity, but also in teams and crews that create this content. This edition of Animation Masters Summit strives to take forth this discourse on diversity further ahead. We are fortunate to have in our midst today our esteemed guest. I would like to welcome Mr. Subhash Ghai, renowned filmmaker, doyen and mentor to the Indian film industry, who will be delivering the keynote address. Mr. Ashish Kulkarni, chairman of FICCI for Animation, Visual Effects, Gaming and Comics Forum and founder of Punar Yug Art Vision. Thank you Subhash ji and Ashish ji for accepting our invitation and gracing this occasion. I welcome you both to Animation Masters Summit 2021. Every year at the summit, we give away the Legend of Indian Animation Award and the Special Contribution to the Indian Animation Industry Award to honor legendary figures who have made significant contributions to the growth of animation industry in India. This year, the award committee has unanimously selected artist, filmmaker and art academic Professor Meena Sabnani for the Legend of Indian Animation Award and Mr. Ketan Mehta for the Special Contribution to the Indian Animation Industry Award. I welcome both Professor Sabnani and Ketan ji to the summit. I take this opportunity to welcome all the masters who will be leading sessions in this edition of Animation Masters Summit. We are indeed privileged and honored to have a highly distinguished lineup of masters this year. I welcome Oscar-nominated Annie Award-winning screenplay writer Matt Leffo, whose work include titles like Captain Marvel, Inside Out, and The Good Dinosaur. Vijay Berepoot, award-winning Hollywood music composer, has been part of several acclaimed animation projects like Rainbow, The Little Vampire 3D, and The Mirror Royal Detective. We are privileged to have with as ad guru Rahul Dakuna as a master this year, who is known for spearheading some of the most popular ad campaigns of our times, including the long-running Amul campaign. We also have Saraswati Vani Belgam, acclaimed animation director and producer, who has led the teams that worked on films like Life of Pi and Chronicles of Narnia. Jiggy George, founder of Dream Theatre, one of India's leading brand management and licensing companies, is also a master this year. On behalf of Toons Media Group and our partners, I welcome all the masters to Animation Masters Summit 2021. This year, we have two panel discussions led by some of the biggest names in the entertainment industry. The first panel is being organized by the leading trade publication in our field, Animation World Network, AWN. Editor-in-Chief of AWN, Dan Sarto, will moderate this panel, which will focus on the theme of diversity in the kids' entertainment industry. The second panel will focus on the emerging field of education technology, or EdTech, and the growing role of animation and VFX in this field. It will be moderated by Ashish Kulkarni. The panelists include Dimand Vyas, Chief Creative Director of Byju's, Dr. M. Srinivasan, founder, Gear Foundation, Prerna Junchunwala, founder of Little Paddington and Creative Galileo, and Shashikumar Pillai, Executive Director, Toons Education Services. I heartily welcome all the panelists to Animation Masters Summit 2021. Let me take this opportunity to welcome our gracious partners to the summit. It is a pleasure to welcome representatives of Animation Express. I'm also happy to welcome Media and Entertainment Skill Council representatives to the summit. I welcome our wonderful partner representatives from Society of AVGC institutions in Kerala. I'm also happy to welcome our partner International Animated Film Association, ASIFA, the Animation Society of India, TASI, and Malayalam Cine Technicians Association, MAGDA. Let me take this opportunity to wholeheartedly welcome all our partner studios from all across the country and their wonderful representatives to the summit. It is my privilege to welcome all artists and animation enthusiasts to the summit. I also welcome all the students and budding talents. I humbly welcome all the wonderful representatives from the media I also welcome my beloved Toons family members. I take this opportunity to welcome each and every one of you who are attending this summit from your own homes, office, and workstations. I wish you all an enchanting experience with us. Enjoy the summit. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now it is a great honor to invite on the virtual stage for the keynote address eminent filmmaker and chairman of the Media and Entertainment Skill Council, Government of India, Sri Subhash Ghai.
Good morning, everyone. On this opening day of AMS, I would like to congratulate and pay my respect to all those who are participating in this event, AMS 2021, with their precious input, sharing with the younger generations. That's really a great initiative and needs a big applause from everyone, I would say. I'm very happy to join you here. Today, being your keynote speaker, I must say that what I like the most here today is the theme of the event itself. It's called Embracing Diversity and Finding a Beauty in Our Differences. It says it all. Wonderful. It is really a Punaryug as coined by my friend Ashish Kulkarni. I would say that Punaryug is the right word to choose since it is a new era where we need to adopt and think for today and tomorrow's world we are entering into. It was never before, since 1,000 years of civilization, if you see. It is amazing, exciting, enriching journey of a mankind. We are going through exceptional changes in our lives and world, especially today in the terms of art, technology, commerce, communication, and so on. And it is a new century. Centuries ago, the people of our world was too far away from each other, living in their own piece of land. But by the course of time, we discovered each other and came closer and closer till 20th century. And today, in 2021, we realize that we are one, the creation of universe. We started embracing each other and his diversity as it comes. We realize that if we do so, we can reach to the moon as one world, as one family, with all love and compassion for each other. And that is where we realize this century as Punaryug. We are in Punaryug. Let me say as a filmmaker that sharing stories of our art, land, culture has played a pivotal role in uniting the world for ages and respecting each other's identity and dignity, especially. I feel strongly that the art of storytelling is a very powerful tool to understand the other side of the world, and that too in a very entertaining manner. So I became a filmmaker and a director in the entertainment industry to tell my stories on big screen cinema. And gradually I realized the power of the art and science of animation too. Wow, what an art, what a craft of animation. It broke all the boundaries to tell your own stories the way you want. It's beyond languages, races, religions, politics, and respective lands. I really salute to all masters minds who developed this technology and narrated all kind of content for everyone in one of the most interesting manners on the earth. Even 3 years old godchild looks at it with a keen interest. An 80 years old man also tells the tales of human complexes with the intention to bring an harmony in the world. Today we are going through a really depressive time because of COVID-19 worldwide with so much negativity. But I'm sure that this world of creative animators and masters shall bring all the positivity in the people's mind through their interesting, creative, positive content and narration. I'm sure our younger generation of India is too excited to use this technology to narrate our great stories. And they will do wonders in animation industry and will bring the harmony and positivity in our own society and the world. What an opportunity. You have it, just grab it. I'm so proud of my own institute called Whistling Bush International where we started in 2006. But along with the cinema, we thought it is very important to start a course of animation also. And Mr. Ashish Kulkarni really helped us. And our students are doing wonderful. And they really amaze me. They really surprise me with their creation. And I always tell them, tell great story. We have 1,000 of stories to tell. India has so much. Just convey this to the rest of the world. How beautiful Bharat is, India is. Finally, my thanks to all of you and my best wishes to the organizer and esteemed participant of this great event as Animation Master Summit 2021. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you, sir, for your thoughtful words. It is our privilege to have you with us today. Next, it gives me great pleasure to invite Sri Ashish Kulkarni, Chairman of Wiki Animation, Visual Effects, Gaming and Comics Forum, to deliver a felicitation speech. He will also be declaring the Legend of Indian Animation Award this year, as well as the Award for Special Contribution to the Indian animation industry.
Thank you very much. And I really enjoy coming to Animation Master Summit. Of course, it was called Week with the Masters when it was started. And it used to be an amazing week to be into Vendome at one point in time. And this is the 22nd year. And something to, go so consistently all through for years together is something that one should learn from our friend Jay Kumar, how in a very humble way, he always calls everybody from the industry and makes sure that this event is kind of positioned properly, happens in a wonderful way. I had many opportunities to come and listen to various masters in the last 21 editions. And every time the master speaks here, it's actually something that one has to, carefully listen to and learn from. And that learning never stops at Animation Master Summit. At the same time, the benchmark had been very nicely set in every single edition. And we have seen that year after year, we had several legions who are actually coming. And then came some of the awards that we had, to be given to people who have been legends in the Indian animation industry. At the same time, we also had, special contribution to the Indian animation. And it's my pleasure today, and a big honor actually, to introduce you to one of the first few people whom I met when I was actually in Mudra Communications in 1998-99. And then when I actually started learning about animation, I was told that there was Professor Nina Sabnani in Ahmedabad in ID, and that's when I met her for the first time. And of course, we had a very nice director there, Dr. Koshi, and we had extremely good visit to an ID at that point in time, and I was completely mesmerized with what Nina was doing there and how she was teaching and introducing various styles of animation as a part of their curriculum. And I was fascinated with all the projects that she showed me from the students. And thereafter, I had an opportunity to be on the jury of various awards, and I could see a lot of work done by Nina's students. Right now, Nina actually continues to be a professor, and she teaches with IDC School of Design at IIT Mumbai. But she's a brilliant audiovisual storyteller that I've seen. I've particularly seen extremely great, styles of animation that she has introduced. And of course, she has the National Award to her credit, but she also has a Lifetime Achievement Award to her credit just in the year 2018. And we have seen lots of work from her, but some of the important work that we've seen is about the Tata Trust, the complete illustration that came out recently. And many of her work have been shown as a part of exhibition at Discovery of India uh, at the Nehru Center. But all these credits and the work you can always find out. But I would like to tell you one thing, that the passion with which Nina actually have taught, and many students who were actually engaged by me in my companies in the past, and we have seen majority of them working in multiple studios, actually tells us one thing, that there was at one point in time, animation, many people didn't know that NID was actually teaching animation since 1975. And there were some years that there was no admissions, or only one or two admissions, so the batch didn't start. And one of my friends actually from Kerala went all the way, and that year his batch didn't start. But having said that, uh, she was the one who actually groomed some of the founding pillars of Indian animation. And I think that's the unique kind of introduction that I would like to give about our Legend of Indian Animation Award this year. Uh, in fact, there is none other than Professor Nina Sabnani, a very dear friend, a very old friend, and a very humble friend at the same time. She is one who is always been a pleasure to meet to and discuss various things. So this is the legend that you're meeting in the 22nd Animation Masters Summit, uh, legend Professor Lina Sabnani. Similarly, actually, for the last few years, we have seen a special contribution to Indian Animation Awards being introduced. And we have seen the complete passion that Mr. Jaikumar and team who have actually, put behind actually making this event a very consistent one, and the one that we look forward to. Something that we look forward to in the month of May is always the Animation Masters Summit now. And that's when a special contribution award was set up a few years ago. And we have been actually fortunate to meet various people who have been a recipient of these awards. But as we see today, as I also made an entry into animation in 1999, the first ever studio that I partnered with in animation was taking a booth together at the MIPCOM, and that was the Maya Entertainment Studio. And uh, you know our lovely friend Ketan Mehta and Deepa were with us all through the week in MIPCOM, and we shared a lot of moments. But I know Ketan when Ketan was 25 years, and I was in my 11th and 12th grade at that point in time. And one of my professors, Mahesh L. Kunchwar, had written a script of a movie that was a debut movie for Ketan ji, and he was directing that movie in Pune. So I came with my professor to Pune, and that was the first ever time I met Ketan ji. And that movie was called Holi. And I believe, not many people know, but Mr. Amir Khan was also in that movie. But more importantly, we actually have been sharing a lot of good moments. Most of the people who have been into animation industry know him as a person who always would meet with a big smile and will say Zindabad, and that means everything is all right. It's like saying all is well from Three Idiots. So Ketan ji would always say Zindabad, and this man was always Zindabad. In fact, created amazing movies, in Gujarati, in Hindi, I don't need to name many of these movies which have been blockbusters. Of course, uh, Maya Mem Saab, and Mirch Masala, Mangal Pandey, and many others. But more importantly, how he actually integrated live action and also animation together with a great studio that was in the Andheri West at one point in time. Uh, and Ketanji used to be into the studio every single day. We have seen some path-breaking children movies with visual effects coming out of that studio. But what actually started is a quality animation training out of the Maya Academy of Advanced Cinematics. And I think that brand uh, is something that talks about how a quality animation was kind of positioned in India over a period of the last 2 decades. And under his leadership, it was not only the studio, but also the academy, which actually grew across India. And then we had various contributions that the industry traveled with him to multiple cities and towns and small villages to promote animation education, and got people involved with the movement of animation and visual effects in this country. And it was all led by our friend Ketanji. And at the same time, today he contributes immensely to the live action and Indian cinema, but he also contributes immensely through Cosmos Maya Studios, which is one of the largest studios in India. And we have quite a few legendary brands that have been created, Indian character brands that have been created out of that studio. And one of the kids OTT is also getting formed out of that studio. At the same time, we have uh, the number of hours of programming that this studio has created over the last decade is parallel to none. It's been an amazing uh, numbers of hours of programming that has been created by this team under his leadership. And uh, like such legends would win a lot of awards, but he had a special art and literature award from the French government. And at the same time, we see him more as a friend and the person to go to as and when we would like to make a representation to the government's representation to the industry, and to actually have some wisdom along with you as and when you are actually discussing something or wanting to take something forward. I must also tell you that he didn't stop here. He is one man who's not only believing in the live action animation visual effects, but he also presently has been engaged in creating amazing live movements and immersive storytelling moments in a fort in Amritsar in Punjab. And he is bringing to life that fort as a tourist destination with several 3D mapping plus sound and light effects and many other attractions that he's creating out of that place as a tourist destination. And in the lifespan that we have seen such a variety of activities in purely making people happy and completely making people comfortable as and when people approached this legend. And I always felt that he was somebody like my elder brother in the industry, and I always went to him, and we always had extremely good relations. So having said all that, it gives me a great pleasure in introducing you today to a legend and a very good friend of ours, Mr. Ketan Mehta. who is the recipient of a special contribution to the Indian Animation Industry Award at Animation Masters Summit 2021.
Thank you very much, Ashish ji. Next, we would like to play a video montage of awardees this year, Professor Neena Sapnani and Sri Ketan Mehta.
We used to have a film society in Baroda, Darshan Film Society, and there I saw films by Norman McLaren and Caroline Leaf, and then I thought, wow, if this is animation, I want to do it.
पंख से पकड़कर सीधे ले जाएगा तंदूर और महुए के साथ साथ मुझे भी गटक जाएगा जरूर। शेर सिंह ने मेरे पंखों पे पत्तों को चिपकाया।
There's so many kinds of animation. So the industry needs to redefine, what it wants to be and what it can become. Like Gandhiji said, there's more to life than increasing its speed. So that's what, you don't have to be like the first somewhere, you don't have to be the most somewhere, you don't have to be, but you must be honest to what you do.
The advantage of a mystery story is that you get to play with cinematic elements much more, with lighting and with camera movements and the dark side of the human mind. And these are the fascinating aspects of human beings that excite me. Basically do a film that I believe in, that I am going to enjoy making.
From one television series on one channel, we are now doing 5 television series across television channels. From producing 4 episodes of 22 minutes a month, we are now doing close to 20 episodes a month. That means close to 500 minutes of original content creation and animation. Must be some kind of a world record, actually. But that is the excitement of India. The market is suddenly booming, taking off for the children's segment, especially animation.
Ma'am, I request you to kindly speak a few words.
Hi, I'm deeply honored to be the recipient of the prestigious Legend of Indian Animation Award this year.
I thank the illustrious jury and the Animation Masters Summit for this recognition and the Toons Group for instituting such an award. Being an academic, one works without expectations of such honors because teaching is its own reward. I'm proud that graduates of the two institutions where I have taught have excelled in multiple domains of animation. Some are defining the industry, others are teaching, and many are heading institutions, companies, and studios of their own. Several are also writing and researching on animation. It was a very different scene when some of us started out in animation some 40 years ago. Animation existed then too, but not at this scale and not in these numbers. At a time when animation was not even considered as a highly sought after profession, it was the pioneering efforts of institutions like the Films Division and NID that introduced animation formally to the country. It was the courage and foresight of educational institutions like NID and later the IDC and several other educational institutions, not to forget a student supporting industry, that animation took root and today is a much sought after profession. What I want to emphasize is that it has been a big collective effort to get here, and it has been a huge collaboration between education and industry. Today, there are so many avenues for students to learn, distribute their work, and to attend festivals and events such as the Animation Masters Summit. When Mr. Jay Kumar called me to share the news on behalf of AMS about the award, I was truly taken aback, but pleasantly so. This redefinition and expansion of the term contribution to animation industry is very welcome because I consider this not as an honor only to myself but also to my predecessors and the many pioneers of animation. One never acquires anything really alone, so I accept this honor on behalf of all those who have helped me get here. My family, my friends, my teachers, the institutions I have worked with, my colleagues and well-wishers, and last but not the least, my students who have kept me on my toes all these years. To all of you, I say a big thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. The honor and pleasure of having you amidst us is entirely ours. I now invite Sri Ketan Mehta to share a few words with us.
My heartfelt congratulations and compliments to Animation Masters Summit, an event that has been going on for 2 decades now. And this kind of a platform for creative people to get together, exchange views, and recognize each other is an essential part of any cultural movement. And therefore, my sincere compliments to AMS for keeping on this legacy for such a long time. And especially in these turbulent COVID times, to do it virtually is something that is much needed for us to interact with each other. I thank AMS for this honor. Animation industry in India has really grown over the last quarter of a century and is a force to reckon with now. But we have a long way to go. I believe that in the times to come, animation is going to animate our entire lives, from entertainment to education to advertising to communication to real estate and retail to space odysseys and war simulations. So the entire range of experiences are going to be animated. Animation means giving life. So we are life givers, and let's just keep giving life to our dreams and lead animation forward into the future, and a very, very promising and exciting future, I must say. So thank you all for participating in this event, and my congratulations and compliments again to AMS. Thank you. Honored.
Thank you very much, Ketanji, for your gracious acceptance and kind words. I would like to now invite Sangeeta Unnithan, our Festival Director for this edition, to deliver the vote of thanks and declare the summit open.
Respected dignitaries and dear summit delegates, Animation Masters Summit is a 2 decades old tradition at Toons. It is part of our legacy of giving back to the creative community, an endeavor we wouldn't deter from at any cost. And that's precisely the reason why, despite all challenges around us, we have put together yet another sparkling edition of this event. As always, we have a stellar speaker lineup for this edition of the summit. And as you will see, in the next 4 days, all our master sessions will be truly engaging and insightful learning experiences. We are also deeply privileged to have some of the stalwarts from the industry for this inaugural session. As the Festival Director of Animation Master Summit 2021, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to all our guests who joined us at this inaugural function today. Respected Subhash Ghai sir, it is indeed an honor to have you with us today. We truly appreciate your commitment towards the creative community. Thank you for taking the time out for us. Our Legend Award winner, Neena ma'am, it was an absolute pleasure interacting with you, ma'am. You are a true inspiration. Thank you for accepting our humble honor and for being with us. Respected Ketan Mehta sir, beyond your award-winning live-action movies, your contributions to the animation industry is truly invaluable. It is our privilege that we could confer the Special Contribution Award to you. Thank you for accepting it and for joining us. Dear Ashish Kulkarni ji, you are very much part of the AMS fraternity and indeed the Toons family. I do not know what we would have done without an amazing coordinator and mentor like you. Thank you for all your support. To our very own Jay Kumar sir, it's your guidance that motivates us to organize this event in the highest standards year after year. It is your vision that we follow. Thank you for being our pillar of strength. I also would like to thank all the delegates attending this session today. I am sure you will enjoy the summit that we have carefully curated to bring you the most renowned masters. With this, I declare Animation Masters Summit 2021 open. Thank you.
With this, we come to the end of the inaugural of Animation Masters Summit 2021 Digital Edition. We hope to see you in the coming days for all the sessions. Take care, stay safe, and thank you.